Hey there, beautiful brown girls. Welcome to another episode of
Hey,
Conversation.
hey, girl, hey, hey,
What
ladies.
up? Hi, welcome to the replay for those of you who are tuning into the replay, and welcome to the live for those of you that are tuning into the live. Y'all go ahead and start introducing yourselves in the comments. Let us know where you are watching from. Let us know if this is your very first time hanging out with us on Conversations. Honey, say something in them comments, y'all. Say what's up. Okay?
What's
What up, Tab? How are
happening? I vow I'm good. I'm good. I'm always good every time you hit that live button, and I'm just like, I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm excited. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Today was a Monday. Mondays are always Monday. Y'all know? At least for me. It's a Monday, but my Mondays always change every time you hit that live button. And I'm here with you, and I'm here with the ladies, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yes. Whoa. How did my phone decide it wanted to start talking? That was weird. Okay, that's the kind of night it's
We're
gonna be. It's
sharing.
Monday.
You know what
So
I
we see y'all coming in and checking in the comments. We have Irma here checking in from Queens, New York. OG hanging out with us. Lakia is here. OG able to tune in tonight. We've missed you
Thank
from Northwest
you.
Indiana. So excited you are here. Kim is here in the house. We also have Angela from Evansville, Indiana. We got
Yeah.
Ivory, first timer from Dallas Fort Worth. She's up in
Yeah.
your neck. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see who else we got. We got Jackie up in here. Hey there, tuning in from Florida, girl. Girl.
Do we talk
Listen.
Florida today? We
We do
talk
a little bit,
a little bit
y'all.
of
We do a
Florida.
little bit. Look, Kim says she's checking in from Orlando. Florida people, y'all start a support group there in the comments for each other, okay? Because it's a lot. It's a lot that's going on. All right. But let's go ahead and get started, y'all. When I tell y'all we have a packed show, but it's going to be so much fun. Really want to make sure that we get people in here. So even before I do our official welcome, let me go ahead and remind y'all to pause right now, share the broadcast, tag at least 3 of your friends. Tell them to get in here, y'all. We need opinions, okay? We got informations that we need to give. Like, we got stuff. So get the people up in here, all right? But while y'all do that, let me go ahead and officially welcome you to Conversations. This is our virtual platform where we talk about all things brown girl related. We're here to connect you with other like-minded women and give you a platform to share your voice in the conversations that matter to us and those we care about. We invite you to follow Beautiful Brown Girls and follow us individually as we take this journey through life. My name is Kimberland, and I come to you all from Medellin, Colombia in South America. I am an educational activist, advocate, and consultant. I am an intuitive melanated life coach and a professional frolicker, and I am excited to be here with you all tonight as one of your hosts.
Ow, ow, ow. Well, my name is Sab Jackson, and I reside in Dallas. Shout out to who was the team member that was in Dallas? Not team member, but the audience watcher that was in
Who was
Dallas.
that?
Shout out
That
to
was
you. I'm gonna find you in the comments when I get a chance. Just be like, hey, girl, hey. I reside in Dallas. I am one of your co-hosts this evening as well. I am a marketing professional, forever student, podcast host, real estate investor. Oh, I gotta tell y'all about that journey. Daughter to Barbara, sister to Maria, sister to Tawana, and I welcome you, ladies, and or gentlemen, and those who don't identify.
Everybody's welcome here, okay? And Ivory said, "Baby, that was her in the DFW." Okay, so she. All right, that's who that was. Kim said Florida is trash, girl. Look, let me tell you, I'll be praying for y'all. All right, but so anyway, we have some stuff that we want to kick it off with, and most importantly, to let you all know what we stand for here at Beautiful Brown Girls, specifically if you are new, but a reminder for those of us who might be.
Yes, so Beautiful Brown Girls is all about sisterhood, support, and self-care for those of you who are new. We are here to create authentic friendships, swap stories and experiences and ideas around the shared mission of love, inspiration, and acceptance. This is a place where you can be your beautiful brown selves. We appreciate you for spending your time with us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Also, on that note, wanted to talk to you about love it, love it, love it. If you love our content, and we hope that you do, we ask that you please, remember at the top of the show, Kimberly was like, just stop what you're doing. Go ahead and share this content. please share. We invite you to continue to share and support by sharing this information. And another thing that we're going to ask you, please, is like, love it, like, love it, star it, because we get stars too. We want this algorithm to show that you like this content. So what happens is when you constantly like, when you share, when you comment on all those good things, the algorithm says, hey, we need to let other people know that this is great content, so we're going to share it. So please share. We want to continue to bring you all good quality content if you continue to help us amplify this wonderful content that we give you today. So
thank you. Thank you in advance. I see the hearts. They dropping the hearts. I see them. We see them, y'all. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. All right. So we do have some announcements that we want to share. The first announcement that I want to share, I almost forgot about, and I'm glad I remembered, is that we have a new episode of Brown Girl Boss coming up. This upcoming, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, the 19th, we have America's Go-To Love Doctor, Coach Kaz, is coming on. If y'all have been hanging out with us for a while, you've seen Coach Cass on the show before. I love her. She keeps it REA real, y'all. So she is going to be here talking to us about creating a life of love and just accepting love into our lives and creating that space for it. So that'll be right here next Wednesday on our Facebook page at 8 p.m. Eastern for our next episode of Brown Girl Boss.
I love Coach Cash. She is awesome. She was awesome in Cabo. She's awesome. So definitely tune into that. Also, we have another amazing announcement that we're so excited to bring to you. So the Beautiful Brown Girls organization is excited to announce our founding board of directors for the Beautiful Brown Girls Foundation. So our mission is, Beautiful Brown Girls' mission is that we are committed to incorporating the 8 dimensions of wellness into the lives of Black women. We believe that by addressing all aspects of health, we can improve the overall well-being of Black women. Our vision is to provide accessible tools, resources for women of color to incorporate the 8 dimensions of wellness into their lives. What are those 8 dimensions? Emotional, financial, social, spiritual, occupational, physical, intellectual, and environmental. We have a board of directors, y'all.
Yes, we do, y'all. So here is our official group of directors, y'all. These individuals are passionate about our mission to incorporate the 8 dimensions of wellness into the lives of Black women. We are fully confident that they will help us achieve our goal of improving the health and everyday well-being of Black and brown women through strategic health and wellness programming. Our board of directors is made up of a diverse group of individuals with a wealth of experience in the fields of health, wellness, education, and business. We're grateful to have their expertise and guidance as we work to make a positive impact on the lives of Black and brown women. And we are grateful to have such a dedicated and talented group of individuals working to make our mission a reality. I actually was a part of the interview process and the selection process. And when I tell you this board bad, yo, we were like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so dope. So we want y'all to stay tuned for all of the things that the Beautiful Brown Girls Foundation will be doing. We are getting ready to truly move the needle, y'all, and just really help our communities in ways that we have not yet been able to. So super excited about this. So thank y'all for celebrating with us as we welcome our Beautiful Brown Girls Foundation Board of Directors.
Yay, super excited.
Yes.
All right.
Now, we do have some updates, y'all. Y'all know we do these updates as a way to keep stories in front of us, right? We talk about things and then we get more information. So we have a couple updates that we want to give you all today.
So we wanted to start with the drug dealer pled that so justice essentially is going to finally get served because the drug dealer that sold drugs to Michael K. Williams, fentanyl, he gave him fentanyl-laced heroin, is going to jail. So the Emmy-nominated actor died of an accidental drug overdose back in September 2021, and the dealer that sold him the fentanyl-laced heroin has pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to distribute and possess with intent to distribute fentanyl, analog, fentanyl, and heroin. So fentanyl, like you see how hard it is to pronounce those long drug names. But we just wanted to come no, not just, but we needed to come back and give you ladies an update on this story.
Yeah, and along those same lines, to fentanyl and everything that is happening with it right now. We also got word that Coolio's cause of death was revealed to be fentanyl. So his manager, Jerez Posey, confirmed to Variety magazine that the rapper's family said he had traces of heroin, methamphetamines, and fentanyl in his system. You all might remember that Coolio died on September 28th at the age of 59. He was found at a friend's house, and the cause of death was not immediately known. It was later believed that he suffered a heart attack, but we now know that it was related to fentanyl. So, to Lakia's point, the opioid crisis is running rampant. It's a lot of stuff, and not to unpack this, but I just saw something the other day where it said that crack, Colombian crack, and I'm in Colombia. Colombian crack is selling for $5 a rock now back in the US. And it has not been at these prices since its early introduction in the 80s. So there's a lot behind that. If any of you all watch Snowfall, I've talked about like how Snowfall talks about how the government has been complicit in all this. It's a lot going on right now. Okay. So having said that, it's hopefully we are not participating in these types of activities that could take our lives. But if you are purchasing things, please know where you're getting it from and what's happening, because there's a lot going on right now in that industry. So those are our updates for today. And as we continue to get information, we'll continue to bring you more of those updates.
Absolutely. Hey, Kimberland, have you ever had a Barbie?
Girl, yes.
Was your first Barbie a white Barbie or a black Barbie?
So I told you, remember we talked about before that I did not have black dolls growing up. I only had white dolls. Yeah, so I didn't have any black Barbies. I would have liked to have a black Barbie, but
okay, me neither. I don't think I had a black Barbie either. I'm wondering if you ladies in the community ever had, what was your first Barbie? If you had a Barbie, was she black or was she white, or was he black or is he white? Well, speaking of Barbie, Issa Rae is soon to be in the upcoming Barbie World movie. The Insecure creator joined the cast of Greta Gerwig's upcoming Barbie movie. So the synopsis is, in Rae's poster, the caption reads, "This Barbie is president," hinting at her President Barbie character. The trailer seems to confirm that this is Rae seemingly leads other Barbies. One scene, while holding a pink gavel, she tells them, "Okay, ladies, let's do this." So Issa Rae is playing the black Barbie in Barbie. So I guess Barbie's going to be
she's the Barbie president.
She's the Barbie president. Oh, I would watch this just because it's Issa Rae and it's adults. It's not kids. It's not teenagers. I would definitely watch this.
Yeah, I think this is super cute. I definitely was a Barbie girl and had Barbie. I used to actually make clothes for my Barbies. So my mother sewed. And so my Barbie had custom attire. Okay. She was rocking that couture. Okay. So, but yeah, I definitely remember it being a thing. And it's so funny because they actually have this way for us to also make ourselves into a Barbie poster. So I don't know if y'all have been seeing them on Instagram, but there's this Barbie poster that
she be doing this stuff behind the scenes, and I'm just like, why does she do this? But yes, I can't believe you did this.
These are the small things that bring me pleasure because Sab don't be knowing, right? So I like put the pictures together for the show, and Sab like she'll give pictures, but then I like put everything together, right? So she never knows exactly what's gonna happen. So this is doesn't she look like a Barbie doll, y'all? Like when I put this together, I was like, Sab look like she in a box, like she a little Barbie doll. It is so cute.
So where did you get these? Can we share this with the community? Like, how can other people make this same type of
Yes.
magic?
So I'm going to drop the link here into the chat for you all. It's
Yes.
called BarbieSelfie.ai is the link for you to be able to make your own Barbie
Sweet.
poster. And then you also can change the tagline if you want this Barbie is. So they have some that are already programmed in, or you can put your own. But I thought this was super cute. So now we get
It
to be
is cute.
Barbies.
Very, very cute. Very cute. I'm excited to watch this. I think this will be really cute.
Me too. Me too. It has like a Legally Blonde, Clueless, like type of vibe to me. Like that's that's what this reminds me of. And those used to be my movies. So I'm super, super excited about it. So, speaking of excited, I don't know if you all have heard that there is a new Hulu special that is coming out. Documentaries, my apologies, the new documentary on Hulu that is coming out, and it is centered around Freaknik. Now, we have a question. Who went to Freaknik? Did you go? Did you go to Freaknik? Did you want to go to Freaknik, but it got canceled and ended before you could go to Freaknik? I just want to know. So y'all let me know that in the comments. But basically what is happening is Hulu has plans to bring the story of Freaknik to the silver screen. Variety magazine has reported that the streamer announced Freaknik, the Wildest Party Never Told, an original documentary chronicling how the infamous affair came to prominence and its demise. According to the project synopsis, it recounts the rise and fall of a small Atlanta HBCU picnic that exploded into an influential street party and spotlighted ATL as a major cultural stage.
So what's the age range of now, do you think, of people who would have gone to
I think this is the generation that was right before us, right? So we're in our 40s. So the folks that are in about 50s, 60s, y'all was at the Freaknik. I know y'all can't tell nobody, but y'all was there, okay? And what's so interesting, so Kim said she wanted to go. So Freaknik was a thing back in my day where, and not just back in my day, but back in my day and in my state and city, that it was like, this is what you do. You go to Freaknik, you go to Daytona Black Bike Beach weekend, or Daytona Beach Black Bike weekend, whatever it was. Like, you grow up and you go to these things, right? So see, I knew somebody went. Ursula said she went. I knew somebody went. I already told you. I'm like, people in our community was at the Freaknik. I already know. Okay. But listen, this is what I wanted to point out though. If y'all look at these pictures that are here, look at the technology that was back then. Yo, these two on the side. Yo, you had to. This is the thing. This is why. So let me ask my question before I go into this. Do y'all think that Freaknik
technology,
like, can they bring back the magic of Freaknik, right? It's been like 40 years since Freaknik really got started. Do y'all think that they can or should bring it back is what I want to know. Okay, now I got that out. Now, what I want to do is let me zoom in here on this here, technology, because you had to be so intentional with recording back in the day. Okay, so intentional with recording. Like, they have the video recorder hooked up on the shoulder. You see, sis got she got, hold on, y'all can't even see
on the shoulder.
So y'all, she got it here. Okay, she got it here. Your boy got it here. Like, you had to be real intentional about recording back in the day. Whereas now, can you imagine?
No.
Like, bruh, nobody would be saved. Kim said, my sister went. She's a Spelman woman. That was right in her neck of the woods. Lakia said, can they? Yes. Should they? No. Listen, with cell phones out back then, you knew somebody was recording, right? You could stay clear. They had the unit, right? Now people have freaking video cameras in their pocket. Like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. And I'm glad that I was born at a time because I do have this rebellious, adventurous spirit in me. I would have made it down to the Freaknik. I would have went just to see what it was like.
I'm glad that you didn't, just because imagine you popping, what was that dance? Anyway, I say I'm glad that you didn't, just because there are a lot of people in that age range who are scared of what potential footage can come out of that documentary.
Yes.
A lot of people are afraid that they was busting it like
wide open.
Busting it wide open. See, yes, I didn't go to Freaknik. I wasn't interested in going. I'm glad that I didn't. I was too young anyway. And I think my sister Tawana went. And I think my sister Tawana and her friend Nikki went. I think they went. I'm not for sure.
Yeah, I'm certain. People was at the Freaknik, girl. It was the thing to do. It was the thing. But yeah, I would have been on somebody's camera. Like in my 20-somethings, had that been in my college, girl, I would have been on the camera. You hear me? Girl, thank the Lord. Dear Lord Jesus. But anyway, so as you said, some people are very nervous about this footage. We've seen tweets already where they're like, can you take this picture down? That's my mama. So
yes, because they were popping it.
It's coming out. We don't have a date.
No,
I didn't see. But it is going to be coming out soon. It's coming out on Hulu. So y'all prepare yourself. You might see some folks there in the footage that you're like, oh, look at so-and-so. Oh, on the Freaknik documentary. Just saying. So yeah, that's coming out.
All right. So next we have on the docket. So TLC, the trailer for TLC Forever, their documentary drops soon. So TLC fans are preparing to revisit the story of the legendary singing group. Lifetime recently dropped the first trailer for TLC Forever, a 2-hour documentary following the story of the group that was formed in ATL. Did we just talk about ATL?
Yeah.
The project will detail the success of members Tion T-Boz Watkins, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, or is it Lopes or Lopes? I always said Lopez.
Lopez.
And Rosanda Chili Thomas, but it wouldn't be significant without the obstacles. Fans will get a deeper look at the group's bankruptcy, illness, and the tragic death of the beloved member Left Eye. TLC has sold over 65 million records worldwide and is considered one of the best-selling girl groups of all time, second to Spice Girls. And
yes.
The second studio album, Crazy Sexy Cool, has sold 15 million copies worldwide and is recognized as the best-selling album of all time. All time.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I didn't either. When I was like, wow, I believe it. Crazy Sexy Cool had me in the chokehold. Okay. Like that album for me was everything. I was down with on the TLC tip as well. But that Crazy Sexy Cool, baby, honey, I probably scratched that CD all up. All right. Because it was so dope. So what's your favorite TLC song?
I have a lot. When me and you talked about this, I'm like, I don't know. As I was so I don't know. I don't have a favorite. I have a couple favorites. I love.
Okay, what's the couple?
Give me the red. I won't sing it too long because Facebook might cut us off. It like special. So that one, digging on me, digging on you, digging on me, baby, someone like that. So those are my two top ones, and then I also love Waterfalls, and I was gonna say you can't take that. That's my favorite. That's my favorite one. Okay. What are your favorites?
Go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you use. Yo, that is my song, and I be mad. I remember when I used to listen to the radio, I used to get mad because they would cut off the Left Eye's rap, and I felt some type of way, like, because I seen a rainbow yesterday, because too many songs. That come, they gonna leave it a trace of that one guy. I gave it right. Is it because of life or 10 shades of gray? I'm not gonna go all the way in, but Just know that that's my favorite. And then my other one is baby, baby, baby. Mm. I got so much love in me. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Yeah.
Okay, we gotta stop.
Those are my top two. Those are my top two. So we have a creep fan in the audience. Yo, that guy. So I creep. Yeah, just keep it on the down low. Nobody else supposed to. Man, let me tell you something. These girl groups had me in the chokehold. Okay, like it was a thing. Red Light Special as well, baby. I was a girl group fan. Like I was there, I was on stage with them in my mind, like they were my friends. But what I thought was interesting is that I think after Crazy Sexy Cool with TLC, I didn't listen to fan mail in 3D. Like I never owned them. They didn't exist in my world because I feel like I moved on to somebody else, and that somebody else was actually Escape.
Well, let me tell them it comes out on June 3rd. So June 3rd is when it'll drop, 8 p.m. on Lifetime. Just so they're aware.
Thanks. So I have a question. Team Escape or Team SWV? I need y'all to make
That's
a
a good question.
decision.
That's a really good question.
Team Escape or Team SWV?
For me, that would have been an easy. I don't.
Easy.
That's okay. For me now, it's Team SWV. For me,
okay.
I mean, it was never Escape. I don't think, but I would have been thinking a little harder before. But now I haven't.
But back in the day when they were out, were you Team SWV or Team Escape?
I feel like SWV had more hits, so I was probably Team SWV, especially with that right here, with that one with that song with Michael Jackson.
with the Human Nature. Yeah, yes. I do feel like that one was a game changer for them. Like, but I was Team Escape back in the day. I'm talking my 7th grade talent show. So first of all, I went to a Lutheran school.
Jennifer.
Okay. And we about to talk about that, Jennifer, just a second. So I went to Lutheran school, right? So it was 4 of us, me and my friends that hung together. And like I said, these people were my friends in my mind, right? So we were like, we gonna be Escape for the talent show. So we did Kick Off Your Shoes and Relax Your Feet. Party on down to the Escape beat, just kick it, just kick it. Well, anyway, there's a line in the song and it says, before me and my man get in the sack, I tell him to kick off your shoes and relax your feet, party on down to the XKB, right?
Okay.
So we're like 12, okay? We don't really know what all of this means, but we're doing so before the talent show. You had to show the teachers and stuff, which was going to do in the talent show, right?
Yes.
So we doing it, right? So they were like, when we got to that part, I don't know whose part, it might have been mine, and they were like, "What did you just say?" And I was like, "But for me and my minute in the sand, tell him to." They were like, "What?" And I was like, "But for me and my minutes in the sand, tell him to."
Wait a minute. So you were one of those people that was just like not knowing the words?
But so I knew the words, but I knew that it was probably something we weren't supposed to say.
Oh,
because they were like, they paused the music like, wait, what did you just say? Oh, but in the sun,
see, I didn't hear it. So I thought that you were singing it like that. Like, okay. And she literally was like, well, what did you say? What did you say?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's probably not what we're supposed to say. Let me say something else. But anyway, so I was very much Team Escape. Like, I love Humming Coming At You was it for me. Right. I don't remember the name of the second album, but it was it had Who Can I Run To, Understanding. Like, oh my God, had me in the chokehold, right?
You said was twice though, Kimberland. So why do you say was?
What?
You said was. You said was.
Oh, why do I say was? They was. Well, who said that earlier? To Jennifer's point. She said Escape get on her nerves right now. Child, I don't listen. That's what it was. Trace to my lipstick. Thank you, Lakia. I'm so sick of them escape in particular, right? Now, I never paid too much attention to these ladies' personal lives. Like
Same.
I saw Candy on what you call it?
Real Housewives.
That I saw her on that. Tiny on Ti and Tiny. Okay, cool,
Oh,
cool. I knew
yeah.
that Taj is married to Eddie George because I think they were on an episode of Black Love. But other than that, I don't really follow them in real life. And baby, I didn't ever need to, because child, the way that they out here airing this dirty laundry, girl, about how Escape broke up and Tasha Scott trying to be a gospel star, but she out here being ugly and nasty and stealing money from her sister and all of it. Listen, they asked SWV the other day on one of them shows, because they've been on a few of them, Jennifer Hudson, Sherry Shepherd. One of them was like, do y'all regret doing this reality show? And SWV was like, we did not think that this was going to happen. We thought that it was going to be yay 90s. Let's go back. Let's have a great time. And instead, so many things have been said that cannot be taken back. We did not know this. And what I really appreciated, the reason why I said was regarding Escape, because SWV is clear that they are a group. Like they care about each other. They take each other into consideration with the things that they are doing. Like just the way that they even responded to these questions has been very professional and still not throwing Escape under the bus.
Really well.
Like, I don't know. I think it's more than media trained, because when I go back and I look at how they operate with each other, they not messy like Escape. Escape messy. They messy, and I don't like that.
I think sometimes and often reality shows really can taint our perception of a group. And I think this is a prime example of reality TV and it contorting who they actually are. But I actually think what this did is amplified who they really are. I really do. I don't think that it contorted them in any way, because they've, like you said, they've been messy for a while. And for you to say that like they don't feel like a cohesive group, SWB does, it's just this reality TV.
But they said that, like, even when they would tell the story of how they started, they say that Tasha never wanted to be in a group with them. So it's just interesting, like, to see it all playing out of just how ugly they act towards each other. It is just, for me, it has tainted everything that I ever thought about Escape. And it's not that I ever held them on a pedestal or anything, but it was just like, yeah, y'all shouldn't have went on them people's show and did that, because you can't take any of this back. And like, y'all shouldn't have went on them people's show. And then also the level of disrespect that they have for SWV, because they were trying to say Escape should headline the tour as opposed to doing co-headline. Like, SWV is just as successful, if not more, than Escape. So like, how y'all coming in here feeling like y'all need to, like, it was a lot. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Well, if you are interested, so what are we asking people to do? Tune in, or are we just telling them this is what's out?
Nah, I was just telling y'all it was on. Now y'all can tune in at your own risk now, because it's a lot. It's a lot of drama. But this is just something that's been in the headlines that people have been watching, and there's been a lot of conversation around it. So
yeah. I won't be watching. I'll just watch the clips. I'll get the messy clips online. That's how I know about the story. I told y'all I'm on TV. All right. So top news, top things that we should be talking about, top news that Beautiful Blonde Girls should be talking about. Okay. So I struggle with pronouncing this. Artemis 2 astronauts will include its first woman and first Black man. They are on a mission to the moon. So Phi Beta Sigma member Victor Glover is making history as the first Black man to be sent to the moon by NASA. Glover, who was selected by NASA to be an astronaut, a NASA astronaut, try to say that several times, in 2013, will serve as the pilot for the Artemis 2 mission, which will fly 4 astronauts around the moon during an approximately week-long flight. So a few things you guys should know about Victor, because I'm going to stop saying the art. How do you say it again? Artemis. Okay, so a few things you should know about him. We're excited the fact that he is a Black man. We should be excited that he is in a Black Greek organization. So a few things that you should know about Victor. And just overall, the mission to the moon is like the last mission sending a crew of astronauts to fly to the moon was in 1972, y'all. Like 1972. That has been a long time.
1972 was the last time that somebody went to the moon?
The last mission sending a crew of astronauts to fly around the moon was in 1972.
Wow.
Yes. So also Glover obtained a Bachelor of Science in General Engineering from California Polytechnic State University in 1999. He got his Master of Science in Flight Test Engineering at Air University on the Edwards Air Force Base. So he's a smart gent. He's also in military, clearly, Edwards Air Force Base. He has an expansive military career. He began in the Navy in 1999. And according to the New York Times, Glover's colleagues refer to him as Ike. Not the Ike that we think. Not the Ike that we refer.
What?
It stands for I know everything. That's what his colleagues
call him.
Okay. I know
he's a smarty pants.
Smarty pants. Glover appeared overjoyed at the announcement. He was said being picked was like winning the lottery, as it should. This is like a big freaking deal, right? He says, we know how big this moment is, and I personally feel it's so much bigger than me. My name being attached to it is a joke. He said he feels like it's a joke. He felt like Denzel Washington should be the one on stage. Come on, Victor. I know you're excited, but I know you're being humble, but this is a really big deal.
Walk in it, bro. Walk in it, live in it, be that, do that. Like you a whole astronaut out here. That's dope. That's super dope. Wow. That is out of this world. But no, speaking of out of this world, there has been a lot of talk going on about artificial intelligence and intelligence that is beyond us. And I don't know if you all are familiar with the AI movement and everything that has been happening with the AI movement, but the AI, artificial intelligence, sorry. Okay. So artificial intelligence actually shows up in many areas of our life. Even earlier when I was talking about the Barbie selfie website, that's artificial intelligence, right? There are lots of things that computers are doing now. Our last show, we talked about a fully automated McDonald's where there are no employees. That's the artificial intelligence. Mm-hmm. Well, artificial intelligence has also showed up in the clothing and modeling industry. So Levi's landed themselves in some interesting water over the past couple weeks because they announced that they are using artificial intelligence generated models to increase diversity.
So they're using technology models, like models that look like us, to increase diversity.
Right.
Computers.
But not real artificial intelligence models. That's interesting, right? So let me first give some background. So I'm sure you all are familiar with Levi's, but just to put things in context, they've been around since 1853. They are one of the world's largest brand name apparel companies. They are the global leader in jeans wear. So Levi's is a very, very established brand. But basically, after further research, they said that they are not trying to replace models with artificial intelligence models. They are just trying to provide alternative opportunities for campaigns and catalogs and such, but they are still committed to diversity and inclusion and such. And I think really interesting because, especially having been in the modeling industry, I think it is very interesting, but more so, I really feel like this is going to happen. Like AI it is happening. Like now, there are cars that park themselves. There are
Mhm.
cars that don't need people to drive. Like AI, artificial intelligence, is a thing.
This
And what
is
I
true.
wonder is, are we embracing it or are we going kicking and screaming?
I would go kicking and screaming. Like, why not?
Yeah,
Why not just get a colored model, a black model, a man or woman of color? I don't understand this, but I get how it could save them a lot of money. But like the first people who will be affected by this.
of course. Because y'all already clearly are saying, like, this is so. I've been a fit model before, and like there are people that are available to go and do this, right?
Yes.
But to your point, I do think it has to do with a bottom line, um and them trying to cut corners on that. So I'm sure there's purpose behind it, but I also wonder, like, because this is what I don't ever want to be. I
19.
don't ever want to be the old auntie, grandma. Like, I don't know if you remember, for instance, like when texting first started on the phone. I remember my mother would be like, going to Sprint, take this text messaging off of my phone. I don't need nobody sending me no messages and I got to pay for this, and take that off of there, right? Like, it was like, all I need my phone to do is just call. That's it. I just need to call. But now it is common. Like, who doesn't have the ability to text or to be on a particular app? So I wonder if our resistance turns us into that old grandma auntie who's like, I don't want no parts of that day AI. Okay. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Now, y'all just keep that over there. And we just need to make sure these real people get these real things. And we don't need to do nothing with that doggone AI. I wonder if we're going to be that way. And then I also wonder, um, I need us to get invested and involved in this industry because AI is essentially a computer program. And programming means that people have to be involved. So if people that don't look like us are involved in this industry, then now they are creating an industry to represent us where we are not represented because we're not embracing the movement that is going. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I can't relate, but you so more are invested because you are in this industry. So I get it. I get it. I'm just not invested in it, but it's an unfortunate.
But it's not just modeling, right? It's in every industry. So that's what I'm wondering. Are we going to embrace the industry as a whole and all the things that artificial intelligence are doing right now? Or are we going to miss our opportunity to be represented because we're going kicking and screaming?
Miss our opportunity to be. I know we got to move on, but miss our opportunity to be represented. Miss our opportunity to be represented.
Right, because it's a program and people have to program it. So what I'm saying is bias is going to exist if we don't put ourselves in the space to learn how to do this, right? There are already white creators who are creating Black models and Black avatars. They have whole artificial intelligence modeling industry, right? Like modeling companies, but they're white people who are making these AI models. But we're not doing it because we are not in the industry to do it, but we could be.
And we will be, because we always find a way to, like, when, I don't want to say we're getting knocked down, but any time there is a barrier or anytime there is something that affects us, we always find a way to benefit from it on our own in a different way. So I think while we will be kicking and screaming with this, we'll figure out a way to take advantage of it and benefit from it. And then white people will come along and try to steal it from us.
So, having said that, let me tell you all about some of the new trends that are out right now, because we also have been seeing some things in the fashion industry that have been coming back. So I don't know if you all knew this. Okay, so if you was trying to be like hip hop and fashionable, okay, then I'm about to hip you to the game. So in the pants industry, cargo pants, wide leg pants, and
Yeah,
bell bottoms
yeah,
are officially back
yeah.
again.
They've been back.
Because we went through this when we were in high school. And now then it went away. Then it was the skinny jeans. And now they back one more time.
Yep.
So that's the thing. All right. So if you have not yet embraced that, know that cargo pants, wide leg pants, bell bottoms, they are back. All right.
Yes.
Deanna says she on it, bought all of these. Cool, cool. All right, cool, cool. So now to the tops. Cold shoulders, sheer tops,
Yep.
and crop tops
Yep.
are back. Yep. You here for it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Crop tops, I do. Over the shoulder, I just recently bought a dress for over the shoulder, or is it called no shoulder?
Cold shoulder. Cold shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. All right. So we on point. All right. Just making sure. Got to make sure our people are hip happening and all of that. All right.
Happening.
Nakiva says she here for it. All right, bet. So in the shoe department, okay, we got the platform sneakers and the Mary Janes.
Mary Janes. I never knew that those shoes were called Mary Janes, but they're flats.
They are, but they're a particular type of flat with the strap across.
Okay.
That's what makes it the Mary Jane.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do the Mary Jane. I actually don't know.
What about the platform sneakers? Now I've been saying, see, this is what I wanted to know from the people. Okay. So Lakia said, keep the Mary Janes. Deanna said she just got some platform Crocs. And to Aisha's point, so this is my issue, Aisha. These platform sneakers is heavy. They're heavy and they tall.
Like heavy as in like they heavy, they look good, or heavy as in
weight. As in they gonna weigh down my luggage.
So you can't run from anybody in these shoes.
In the event that some pop off, okay? Or you might fall off of them and twist your ankle because you're 6 inches off the ground. But let me tell you something. They are back like with a vengeance. Here in Colombia, they are on these platform sneakers. You hear me? Like I want to go buy a new pair of sneakers and I can't even focus because every pair of sneakers that I look at are platform sneakers. So yeah, okay. So Lakia said just wear some Doc Martens. And that's what they remind me of, or Doc Martens. But yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to hip y'all to the game, okay? Just so y'all know, so y'all can be fashionable and popping and such. Okay, so govern your wardrobes accordingly.
Interesting. Okay? All right. Well, we don't talk about fashion enough on here, so I guess this is us doing our part. All right. So, did you know, ladies, and or Kimberland, that there was a Black Women's History Month?
I did not.
I didn't either until last year. I learned about it last year. And while it is April, that means it's time to celebrate another important month of significance, Black Women's History Month. So, well, it's no secret that Black women have been instrumental in more ways than one over the years. Black women they're always the unsung heroes in everything from social justice issues to tackling diversity in the beauty industry. So with that in mind, there's been constant talk about how difficult it is and or was for Black women to succeed in the beauty and or modeling industry, but we're going to focus on beauty today. So with this segment for Black Women's History Month, we're going to let our coins do the talking. So in honor of Black Women's History Month, we've compiled a list of Black women-led brands that you may want to shop this April. Just throughout the month of April regarding skincare and wellness brands. So there are 10 in this article from blackamericaweb.com that we can share, that we'll share with you. But we're going to go ahead and just list 5 of them here today, just for the sake of time. So the first one that we want to talk about is the Black Girl Sunscreen. Black Girl Sunscreen, which is founded by Shantae Lundy. The brand has become the staple in the skincare space since its inception. yeah, it's become a staple since. So it offers a slew of sunscreen products, which we all need. We should be wearing every day. Sunscreen products that help to keep the fine lines and hyperpigmentation and sun damage at bay. The next one is the McBride Sisters collection. Calling all you wine lovers, in case you didn't know, you can indulge in the various wine flavors courtesy of Robin and Andrea McBride. The McBride Sisters collection is a passion that grew into a booming business that pays homage to the magic and resilience of Black women. Yeah. All right, the next one we are familiar with and that we've talked about on the show is the Honey Pot. So if you need feminine products, look no further than Honey Pot. B. Dixon founded the feminine hygiene and personal care brand. The company offers a wide range of products, including foaming washes, which I love, overnight pads, cleansing wipes, and so much more. The next one is Noir Bud. I had to say that slowly because I wanted to say it right. Which is, if you're interested in CBD products, tap into Noir Bud, created and founded in Brooklyn, New York by Carolyn Gray. The brand offers luxury CBD oil wellness products that help people through their everyday lives. You can enjoy an extensive lineup of teas, oil drops, fragrances, and more from Noir Bud. And the last one is called Coda Skin. You may all recall from partnering with the City Girls, is owned by entrepreneur Brittany Richard. The brand has affordable skincare products ranging from cleansers, brightening scrubs, hyaluronic acid mask, and so much more. Plus, Coda Skincare is passionate about supporting mental health initiatives and pouring back into the Black community. We just wanted to mention a few of those for Black Women's History Month. I can tell you that I am a fan of the Honey Pot, McBride Sisters, and I am going to look for Black Girl sunscreen because I feel like it is in Walgreens, Target, and all of those stores. So just wanted to call attention to that. Have you ever purchased one of those?
I have definitely Honey Pot. I've had the wine before. I have had experience not of purchasing, but of using the Black Girl sunscreen. So yeah, I feel like I need to put in an order so that somebody can send me a care package here to Columbia. Thanks. Because yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I do miss, is having access to these types of things, of being able to run into your local Target and pick it up, because that's not a thing. But thank you for sharing those. I particularly am interested in the Noir Bud. CBD and all of that is like my jam. So thank you for highlighting those.
Absolutely. So this next story, if you have not heard about this one, I feel like everyone may have heard about this in some way. Have you heard of the Tennessee Three? I just learned that that's what they're calling them. So the Tennessee Three, during the week of April 6th, the Tennessee House Democrats, Representative Justin Jones, is it Justin Jones and Justin Pearson? They're both named Justin?
Correct. Yes.
Wow. So Justin Pearson is the one with the afro and the dashiki. So it's three: Justin Jones, Justin Pearson, and Gloria Johnson, joined protesters at the State House in Nashville to advocate for reform and call out Republican leaders for not taking action following the mass shooting in Tennessee at that school. Now, while all three Democrats were protesting on the House floor, Jones and Pearson, who are both Black, used a bullhorn to lead chants briefly, disrupting legislative business. Gloria Johnson, who is white, was also standing there with Jones and Pearson, but did not use the bullhorn. So two of those Democratic members of Tennessee House Representatives were expelled, while the third member was spared in an ousting by Republican lawmakers. Can you guess which one was spared? And they decried this. The trio decried this as being oppressive, vindictive, and racially motivated. So Pearson, the guy with the afro, has to be resworn in order to vote, present bills, or debate in the House, because there is another election. And they are holding up his swearing in order to silence him. He can come. So like he can come there. But he can't speak. He can't vote. And he can't present bills, and he can't debate. This is another way of them trying to silence us. We bring this to you just because this is just asinine. This is stupid. This is crazy. It's like they're taking away their voice. They're taking away the very thing that these people were elected to the House to do, is to be a representative of people like you and I, and be our voice there. And white men.
So let me interrupt you real quick, because we have some information that's coming in from the comments, and I was wondering what was going to happen with this. So Justin Jones, who represents Nashville, there was a council meeting this afternoon, and we have folks in the comments who are saying that he was reinstated. So he has been placed back into, so the Nashville Council has said that they had every intention of putting him back into office. So he's been reinstated, Justin Jones. And Justin Pearson, who is out of the Memphis area, a vote will happen on Wednesday to see about his reinstating. So just to give some right now, what else is happening? But basically, you were saying this is crazy, it's asinine, it shouldn't have happened.
Oh, yes. So thank you for that update, because obviously this is still a fluid story, and I'm glad that we got those updates. But I want to make note that there were other members that have been expelled previously. So we just want to draw attention, make note of those. So Senator Karina Robinson, also of what state is this? Tennessee, was convicted of abusing a federal grant money. So she was spending it on her wedding versus not spending it on going to nursing school. And then you have Senator Jeremy Durham, which he had 22 allegations of sexual misconduct. He too also was expelled. So we just want to bring that.
That's the type of behavior that usually results in expulsion, whereas this type of behavior that they participated in usually results in something like a censure. So a censure may be a fine, or it may be like timeout or something like that, but definitely not expulsion from your duly elected seat.
Yes.
So to Irma's point, they'd rather focus on ousting Representative Justin Jones and Representative Justin Pearson than gun control.
Yes,
interesting. So much for the Law and Order party. So there is so much, y'all, that y'all know we be trying to keep y'all in the loop about the things that are happening and how this impacts us, right? We may not be living in Tennessee, but this still impacts us. And side note, I just had a realization the other day that I have never lived in a place that was friendly to Black people. I grew up in Louisiana. I went to school in Tennessee. I moved to Florida, and then I moved to Pennsylvania before I left the US. I have never had an experience where they were like, you know, we like y'all a little bit, like ever in my whole entire 42 years of living. So anyway, I just had that realization the other day, and I was like, that is so crazy. But at any rate, there's a lot of stuff that's happening right now. And Vice President Kamala Harris actually was speaking at Fisk, my alma mater, this past week in regards to this and about some of the very, very extreme and dangerous and frankly terrifying things that have been happening in our state legislatures. And two of the places that have kind of risen to the forefront just this week, Florida, as there's been some Florida shade happening in the comments during the show today, and Idaho as well. So Florida, we've been talking about Florida and just all the things, but this is actually something that passed in 2021 that you all may or may not have heard about, but then there's been some consistent legislation around it. But there was a bill that was passed in Florida that allows schools to inspect student genitalia. And it's all centered in this act called the Fairness in Women's Sports Act, which has to do with trans women playing sports, which is something we talked a little bit about our last show. And I told you all, I was like, I don't have like a lot of opinions on this and I'm not going to say much, but what I will say is this stuff is crazy. So to just the idea of submitting a child to be inspected for their genitalia at a school of all places, I can't make it make sense, like, at all. But that's something that in Florida, it passed 2 years ago, actually. So that's that. But then in Idaho, they just passed a bill that says you cannot travel the interstate to get an abortion. The way that they centered the bill was trying to make it seem like it's about minors. If you help a minor to travel from one state to another without parental consent, then it's going to be a felony to get an abortion. But there are no caveats for in the event of XYZ, in the event of ABC, you might actually need to take a minor to go get an abortion. Like, minors are having sex, and there are minors that get pregnant, and there are all sorts of reasons of why someone might need an abortion. So to make it illegal to take someone to get this medical care is like blowing my mind. And it's one thing I want to say before I wrap up on this, because it can be a lot. Be mindful of the stuff that you're seeing on social media. Right now, there are, especially for some of our older family members, they are caught up in these social media vortexes, like the echo chamber. Because the way that social media works is once you watch one video, then the algorithm is going to serve you more videos or more content that is talking about that. So one of the things that is happening right now a lot is book bans. And we talked about it again last show, but the way that they're framing it is they're targeting Black Christians, Black older Christians. So anything that has to do with books, they keep claiming all these books have pornography in them. As they're talking about anything that has to do with trans rights, they're making our older generation feel like there is an attack on them. Like, you need to join with us and fight this fight, when in fact the fight is really in place to be able to put us at a disadvantage holistically. It's not like they're going to come back and be like, well, those old Black people did align with us, so we should look out for them. No, like, it is a means to an end of trying to take the United States back to where it started. So I just want to caution us on that as we are consuming content, to be aware of that, but also realize that some of the stuff that you're seeing that you're like, that is absolutely outlandish, is actually happening. It's actually happening in real life. So it's something that we have to just really tune into and pay attention to.
Yeah, we've talked about this before about, like, they have a plan. They have a 50, 75-year plan. So just continue to vote, speak up, engage in your civic duty. Like, don't just, like, to Kimberland's point, just pay attention and listen and know just what's happening around you and in your community, because it does matter a great deal. All right, so next, let's talk about Bayou Barbie.
Bayou Barbie. Well, first, let us congratulate the women of Louisiana State University. Their women's Lady Tiger basketball team won the 2023 National NCAA Championship. They are the first team in school history to win the Final Four, to win the NCAA championship. So the ladies are pictured here. They're a team of 12 ladies, and they did a phenomenal job. The final score was 102 to 85. It was not even close. That's almost 20 points. Was that like 17 points that they won by? Their coach, Kim Milky, has been in the news all the time about her fashion and just the way that she supports the team. And they did a really, 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 really good job. So we want to honor that and honor them. That they said that there were 9-point-something million people that watched the women's basketball NCAA championship, which was equivalent to the number of people I want to say that watched the NBA championship. Like it was like an astronomical number. So they're doing a lot for women's basketball, and they deserve their flowers and their crawfish and their daiquiris, because that's how we celebrate. That's how we celebrate in Louisiana. But to Bayou Barbie, this is Angel Reese, and she is the star player of the LSU team. She is a sophomore that transferred to LSU, and she has been in the news a lot lately. She is an absolute force to be reckoned with. Like, people just always have something to say about her. And she's been criticized a lot for the way that she shows up. She's been quoted as saying, I'm too hood, I'm too ghetto, I don't fit the narrative. I'm okay with that. She said, I'm from Baltimore, where you hoop outside and talk trash. And if I was a boy, y'all wouldn't be saying nothing at all. So let's normalize women showing passion for the game instead of it being embarrassing. So Angel is used to getting this criticism and sitting under this fine microscope of foolishness, okay? But this win really amplified a lot about things that are happening in sports, things that are happening with Black women athletes, because again, if we look back at the team, okay, it's a whole lot of melanin on this team, with the exception of two people.
No,
everybody.
Four people.
Two.
Four.
It's two. I'm telling you.
Not sin?
Ma'am, I'm telling you that it's two people, and everybody else has some other type of melanated existence.
Okay.
So the team is majority women of color. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
So that's important
women of color.
to know.
Let's do that
as we move forward. All right. So after they won the game, well, during the game, let me go back to during the game. So during the game, Angel and this white girl here, Caitlin, what's her name? Caitlin Clark Cook.
I don't know her last.
Jesus, what's
her name? I guess we should know her name. Caitlin.
Is it Cook Clark? I'm gonna find it. So Aisha said, "They light-skinned Sabrina, back off." Thank you, Aisha. I was trying to tell her, and she said it to girl. It's two.
Tiny pictures, okay. Aisha. I was like, wait a minute.
So at any rate, Caitlin, we'll find her last name in a second, but the white girl that's pictured Clark is very well known for trash talking. So one of Caitlin's signature moves is doing this, which means you can't see me. Okay, you can't see me out here. Basically, you can't guard me. You can't do nothing with me. I'm about to run the court with you, right? Well, I told y'all the score was 102 to 85, all right? So it wasn't close. So Angel whipped out her, you can't see me. Okay, Caitlin, you can't see me, girl. And then she also pointed to that ring finger just to let her know. You see this finger right here? Yeah, that's where that ring gonna go, because we winning. Okay, well, so that happened. After that, there was so much scrutiny by so many sports pundits of calling Angel classless. People called her an effing idiot.
A 20-something girl.
A 20-something-year-old young woman who is in college playing for the top championship in college sports. And she doing what everybody else do. Aisha said that you can't see me as a move from WWE. One of the most famous wrestlers does that move.
Wrong.
Oh. Where's it from, Sal?
Tony Yayo.
Who's that?
From G Unit. Well, I don't know if G Unit is a thing, but Tony Yayo is a part of the G Unit 50 Cent group. He's the one that originated it. John Cena got it from Tony Yayo. I hate how they always steal our stuff. So I know a lot of people
we ain't know, but all right.
Oh yeah, it's Tony Yayo. It's a gesture originated by Tony Yayo from G Unit,
But also, like you said, John Cena picked it up in WWE, which is probably where it blew up, right?
Mhm.
But the point is, it was fine. It's fine when he did it. It's fine when Steph Curry does it. It's fine when Caitlin Clark does it. But when Angel does it, then it's an issue. So one of the things that I wondered about, because a lot of the calls that they were having for a lot of the things that they were saying is that she's not humble. Like she's so arrogant, she's not humble, like all of this. So I wanted to ask, like, what do you think humility looks like? Like what does that look like? I don't necessarily want to say specifically for Black women, but what does that look like to be humble? What does that mean?
I mean, it's just being gracious. It's being gracious. It's being appreciative. It's being gracious, showing your appreciation, acknowledging your opponents and their
how well they play or what they bring to the table.
Yeah, and I think, and yes, that's my definition of just being humble. Like if somebody gives you a compliment and says you're gorgeous or says you're beautiful, you show appreciation. You're humble. You appreciate that nice gesture versus just saying, "I know." But
what if you do know though?
What if?
Because that's the thing. I am cautious of fake humility. And I think that in our communities, we've been taught to be fake humble. So fake humble means that I need to dim my light and I need to shrink myself in order to make you feel comfortable. Like I can't stand in the fullness of who I am. Right. So if someone says to me, for instance, like, you're beautiful, well, thank you is what I'm going to say. But also, I do know. I know that. No, I like.
Yes, no,
I got mirrors in my house. Like I have seen myself. If I was a dude, if I was anybody, I would holler. So it's like I want us to not have to be like muted in order to be able to be viewed as humble. Humility, when humility turns into conceitedness for me, or turns into something negative when you do it at somebody else's expense. Like when you say, well, I'm great, so I step on this person, right? But to own who you are and to know who you are, that's confidence. And confidence and humility can definitely exist in the same space. I don't have to pretend like I don't have mirrors in my house. I know I'm cute. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Lakia said, I'm the I know type. I mean, the first time I'm going to say thank you, but if you tell me again, I'm definitely going to be like, yeah, I know. I know.
I know. So if a random stranger comes up to you, Kimberland, and says,
no, I'm going to say,
because you're a model, right? So if someone comes up to you and says, oh my God, Kimberland, you are so beautiful. Are you going to say thank you? Or
yes, the first time. Now, if they say it again, I know. The first time, oh, thank you, I appreciate it. And I'm gonna go and buy my business now. But if you feel like you, because then I wonder, why do you feel like you need to say it again? Do you think that I don't know? Because I do know. So do you think that you are giving me confidence? Like, do you think that, like, why are you telling me that again? So I need to let you know that I know, so we could both know that we know, and then we can move on from that. That's how I think about it.
Yeah, I just don't like how Black women, like I'm talking specifically about Black women, are always expected to just to be humble about.
Right. But again, what does that look like? Because what they're saying is humble is not humble. They're expecting us to be silent and invisible. That's what they want. That does not equate to humility, not to me. You know? Yeah. So like if somebody tells Angel that she's an amazing basketball player, she's supposed to be like, oh, no, stop. This girl, let me this girl, let me find this slide. She is making, I don't know if you all know what NIL is.
What is NIL?
So NIL stands for name, image, and likeness. So prior to, I don't remember when the law was passed or whatever, but we actually talked about it on the show. But college athletes used to not be able to profit off of their name. Their schools could make all kind of money off of them, but they got nothing because they weren't professional athletes, right? So they changed the rules so that college athletes are able to get sponsorships and to profit off of their name, their image, and their likeness, which before was owned by these colleges. So saying all that to say, college athletes get in the bag, okay? So much to the point, Angel Reese has 17 NIL deals, totaling $392,000 per year.
She said it.
She is a sophomore in college, making $392,000 per year in sponsorships, which is the most NIL deals out of any college basketball player, male or female.
That is unheard of. I mean, it's not unheard of, but it's like I've never heard of this before about a college athlete, a Black woman college athlete making more.
Baby, the top, okay? 17, and this is just some on Wingstop, McDonald's, Raising Cane's, Amazon, Sonic, Bose, TurboTax, Jansport. Like, this was before the championship. We can't imagine what this is about to look like after the championship. Right. Like
not necessarily. That's the hope, because she made a comment that I'm not in a rush to go to the WNBA because I'm making.
Well, she's just a sophomore too.
Yes. Well, you can't. I don't know what the age limit.
Yeah, she could leave and go.
But she makes the point that I'm making more than some women in the league.
Correct.
That's bad. That's bad.
Yes.
Like, that's the fact that bad meaning that she's making more than women who are currently in the league. So it sounds like it's not a aspiration for her. I mean, let me rephrase. It might be an aspiration for her, but she's not.
But just she not in a rush.
Yeah.
Because she's winning. She's winning right now where she is, right? So it's really a game changer. Ivory said the only one she wanted and still waiting on is Fenty. Baby, Rihanna gonna call, child, because
what? She's
saying something about Riri
on brands to reach out to her. Like, just continue to play ball. I'm sorry.
No, that's not how that works. With these brand deals, with these brand deals, sometimes you have to pitch them. But this is what I know about Robin, Rihanna, Fenty. She stands behind Black women. So all of this blowback that Angel has been given, she gonna get Fenty. And to Ivory's point, she won't have to go to Russia because she's already in a position where she's able to earn off of her name, image, and likeness.
In college, even after college might be different.
But she still has 2 years left of college. She's still winning right now. So no, there is no need for her to rush. So I just want y'all to understand that about our girl Angel. But this is the other thing that we was gonna bring up, because we was talking about what happened with her and Caitlyn and all of that, and how the people felt some type of way and all that. Well, child, the other person that gets into the mix that should have never opened her doggone mouth is Jill Biden. I don't know if y'all know this, but every time a championship team wins, whether it be basketball, football, soccer, baseball, whatever, they take a trip to the White House. So there should be no exception, right?
Right.
Not good old Jill. Jill said, I know we'll have the champions come to the White House. We always do. But we hope LSU will come. But, I'm going to tell Joe, I think Iowa should come too, because they played such a good game. Now, I want to go back and I want to remind y'all what the score was. The score was 102 to 85. A 17-point difference. Jill, where was the good game, girl? What is you talking about right now? So after she made that statement, Of course, many
A lot
people
of people were.
came to Angel Reese's and the team's defense. First of all, Angel Reese said a joke. That's all she said. She was like, "This is a joke. Like you got to be joking me. You got to be kidding
Jesus,
me,
too.
right?" Stephen A. Smith. I mean, absolutely zero disrespect to the first lady, but you are 1000% correct. That is a bad suggestion. Runner-ups don't get invited to the White House. Why are we trying to change it now? I agree with you, Angel. Shannon Sharp said, this is not a participation award. Why are we doing this now? Because the people that won look like me, and the ones that lost like her. She wants to invite the runners up. We ain't never did this.
Yeah,
so
that bothered me. That bothered a lot of people, and it made me like, do we want to explain why we feel like Jill felt compelled to do this?
sure.
The thought is like, white women always stick by each other. White women don't vote in their best interest. They vote over whiteness. Mm-hmm. And this, I mean, while voting is, maybe that's why Jill decided to say Iowa can come, because she wants Joe Biden to win Iowa because he's running again. I don't know. But yeah, white women will always stick by each other regardless. Mm-hmm. I mean, even when I know we talk about, you know, when a white person does something great, you like invite them to the barbecue, or they're an ally. And, you know, situations like this. And while Jill is not a problematic woman, she hasn't been problematic. She's been
that
Jill.
We've known of.
We like Jill. I mean, I feel like most people like Jill just because she's not problematic. But this is a clear instance of a white woman showing that they will always align with other white women. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that for them, but like, you're the vice.
It's a lot wrong with it. I'm sorry.
What is she? The white first lady? Oh, not the white first lady. I'm sorry. I did not. She's the first lady. I did not mean to say the white first lady, but she's the first lady.
Yes.
And she just so happens to be white. But yeah, they will.
And she leaned into her whiteness that day. Yeah, I don't have too many passes for Jill. And I also don't necessarily believe that she's this great white woman. I think I had talked about one time on the show that I'm working on removing this ascription of innocence and ignorance to white people in general, specifically white women. Y'all know what y'all doing. Like, you know what you're doing. Like you didn't just get here. Like, you knew what you were doing. You fixed your mouth to say it. You got it put in a newspaper, and then you had to put out an apology. But you said what you said. Okay. I can't. So then after all of that, Angel was like, let's just go to the Obamas. And that's something I would have said. I would have been like, hey, at Barack Obama, at Michelle Obama, hey, what's up? Can I just come there? So what I wonder is, what do y'all think that Michelle and Barack said when they got word that their name had been thrown into the ring, and they probably had to make that call to Jill and Joe? How you think that went?
I don't know. Obviously, we don't know what they think, but we're saying, what do we think that they know? I don't know. I don't know what. I bet you Barack was just like, no, why they bring us in this?
No, I think Barack got on that phone and he was like, nah, Joe, now you can't. Now you need to talk to Jill. Okay? Because that's not right. Okay. Now, you know enough, and you all know enough to know that this is going to cause a divide down racial lines that you may have never intended. But Joe, you need to talk to Jill. And Michelle was probably like, hey, Jill girl, yeah, no. You gonna have to apologize for that one, love. That ain't it. Like, I could see them being like, nah. Because post office, specifically Michelle, Barack has been a little bit more. He's still presidential, you know. He's former president, so he still got the, you know. But Michelle,
what? What?
Michelle don't be here for it. Michelle don't be here
No,
for it.
Michelle is still chill. She's still lady.
But she still be getting things together. And I can
Do
see her
she?
calling Jill. Yes, girl.
I'm not saying she
yes.
doesn't, but like Michelle is still chill. She's not shaking any tables out there. Not even slightly. Not
yes, she is. Yes, she is. In our communities, she definitely is. She's speaking a lot more freely than she has been before.
Yeah.
But I definitely think they was like, yeah, come on over. Like, come on over. Lakia said that Chicago gonna come out. I believe it. I believe they made a private call because Jill don't apologize now. She don't apologize, and now everything's supposed to be all good and all of that. But somebody got on the horn and was like, hey, no. Y'all was with us for 8 good years. We not about to do this. Okay, so you better fix it immediately. Okay.
Immediately.
So yeah. But anyway, so this story is still developing, y'all. We
have not gone yet.
They haven't gone yet. So we'll see what that looks like.
We'll see
and
the
we'll
picture.
also see if they make it
the school LSU said that they would accept the invitation. Reese said that she would go. I feel like I read that she said she would go. So
yeah. Right. So they're gonna go, but I also want to see if they're gonna show up at the Obamas. That's the pictures I really want to see. Yeah.
That's the $1 million picture. All right,
that's the $1 million picture. Yeah, we can knock it out real quick. We sure can.
Let's try this. So there's a couple things that we talked about April and Black Women's History Month. So also April, did you guys know that April is National Stress Awareness Month? And there's a few things that there's one thing that there's this article that I found and I thought it was extremely helpful about one thing. I feel like most of us on here have W-2s. And if you don't, Kimberland, you don't have a W-2, but you still deal with people in the W-2 space. So a few things that you can do at work during National Stress Awareness Month, because I feel like sometimes our jobs can take us there. So with that, there is some things that you must do during April's National Stress Awareness Month. And if you don't do anything else, it has the potential to permanently change your workday for the better. So a few things. April is National Stress Awareness Month. So the goal is obviously to raise awareness on the impacts of stress. So the first thing I want to talk about is having a stress awareness plan that you can practice at work. What does that mean? Simply choose one thing to commit to each day that you can accomplish in about 3 to 5 minutes to mitigate stress during your workday. So like these short breaks, 5 minutes or less, are effective energy management strategies as simple as stretching, walking up and down stairs, gazing out the window at nature, snacking, having a 5-minute mindful meditation. I'm raising my hand because I do all of those things. So like when you're on your way to work, on your way to the office, and if you don't work remotely, I've had to learn to do things working remotely. So on the way from the parking lot into the office building, instead of rifling through your day's agenda through your mind, you can intentionally walk in the present moment, literally being present. Like that was my thing for 2023, is just to really be present in the moment. So simply bringing your attention to the sensations of your feet against the ground. Note that the feeling of the open sky, or focus on as many different sounds as you can. The goal is to stay in the present moment and substitute curiosity for judgment. Curiosity for judgment. Also, it says when you're brimming with stress, your stress awareness plan can include the acronym WAIT. And what that means is, why am I tantruming? So to stop yourself from reacting to a coworkers who drag their feet on a deadline or talk over you in a meeting, or take credit for your idea, this simple tool can keep you from flipping your lid and stay grounded until you can handle the situation in a more level-headed way. Next one is take time out to watch a bird build a nest, listen to nature sounds around you. Again, taking that moment to go outside, to feel the breeze against your face. These activities recharge your battery and contribute to your job success. And the last one that I wanted to mention is after long stretches of sitting in front of your screen, practice the 20-20-20 rule by looking 20 feet away from your computer every 20 minutes for 20 seconds. So after practicing your work self-awareness plan, notice if you're not calmer and more clear-headed. Notice if you're not calmer and more clear-headed. So the goal is to be more calmer and more clear-headed.
Right.
I think I may have misread that. But what do you ladies think about some of these, your stress awareness plan, creating a stress awareness plan?
Yeah, I love the idea of having a stress awareness plan. And one of the only thing that I would really add to it is to be aware of how you feel in your body when you're stressed.
Ooh,
So that body scanning, right? So a lot of times I'll find myself just with my muscles tense, right? I might just be sitting in a chair, but my leg muscles are tense. And I'm like, why am I tense right now? Right. So really taking the moment to do those body scans and then taking a deep breath when you realize that you have been stressed. But I tried the 20-20-20 rule today. And it actually helped because I spent a lot of time in front of the computer, and it helped my eyes to rest for a moment.
Yeah.
Like it really did make a difference. It wasn't necessarily 20 feet ahead of me just because outside is like a view, but I just looked like at a random spot outside for 20 seconds, and I was like, that actually made a difference. So I like this idea, and I appreciate you bringing it up because there are so many stressors that we don't realize that we are dealing with on a daily basis. So this is our way to be super intentional about that. So Aisha said she has a plan. Her current job tries to mess with that. Right. And Lakia said, don't be afraid to take a mental health day. Do so and don't apologize for doing so either. Exactly. I believes in a mental health day. Okay. So during this month of April, we challenge you all to really, really be aware of how stress manifests in your life so that we can get to a place of homeostasis, as I just made a post this week about that. So getting back to a place of balance. So thank you for that.
Welcome. So our beautiful Brown Girl Spotlight is the one, the incomparable, the legendary Maya Angelou. Her 95th birthday was this past week, I believe. She would have been 95 years old. And so in honor of her 95th birthday, we wanted to bring some of her favorite quotes of wisdom from the legendary Maya Angelou. And I thought of that, and I thought of her because I needed some inspiration. I needed some motivation this week. As you guys know, if you don't know, I'm a real estate investor. I'm on a real estate investor journey. I work in healthcare marketing, but I'm on a real estate investor journey. Something happened to me last week with the deal that didn't go through, and I'm just like, I was going crazy. I was going crazy. So I needed some motivation. I am in a community, but I still needed motivation. That's what I need. I needed community. So I was looking up some things to get me motivated. I needed a positive word. And one of the things that I found was from Maya Angelou. And it talked about nothing will work unless you do. And I am inspired by that because I realized that I have to do the work. I have to be consistent. I have to just continue to push forward. I just have to do it. I have to do it. Like I have a goal. So I needed that word from Maya Angelou. And another one that I really liked was from Maya was, my mission in life is to not merely survive, but to thrive, and do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style.
Yes.
I wanted that one just because I'm not saying that real estate is my passion. It's a means, but I am enjoying it. But I am doing it with it's one of my missions in my life. God introduced this to me. I'm not sure why God introduced this to me, but I want to thrive, and I want to do so with a level of passion. My passion is to make an impact in the communities in which I live, work, and serve. That is my passion. So if any of you know me, you know that I served on the Urban League board for years, and serving and making an impact through this vehicle is what I am going to and am enjoying doing, even though that deal was just so.
There will be more.
Did you find any quotes, Kimberland, from?
I did. The one I highlighted says, If you're always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. I have been on this neurodivergent journey of understanding how my brain works and how I process things and what things trigger me, what doesn't, like just really learning more about how I show up in the world. And I realized that I was spending a lot of time trying to be normal,
Mm.
whatever that means.
With your
And
yellow
I
glasses.
stopped. Would you
Oh,
say?
so I remember you talked about something about your yellow glasses, and I remember one day you stopped wearing yellow
Yeah,
glasses.
yeah, because I got tired. I really don't like being in the center of attention and the forefront of attention. I've actually realized how socially awkward I actually am in real life. I went dancing this weekend, and we were dancing bachata, and they separated the men and women. Yeah. And then they were like, go find a partner. And I was like, oh my God, this is like middle school. I don't even want to do this. Oh no. Like you're just standing there waiting for a man to walk up to you and some stranger to ask you to dance. I don't want it. I don't like it. Nope, I don't want to do it. So I didn't do it. And that is like something for me that I didn't realize was a thing that would cause any level of discomfort or embarrassment or anything. And it does. So I said all that to say I've just been on this mission of understanding how amazing I am and how amazing and uniquely that I have been designed and honoring that. Like why was I ever trying to be something else? And not that I was like showing up like I can't be Kimberland, because I very much have always been me, but there are certain things that I thought in me that were broken, that it's not that I'm broken, this is just how it was made. Like this is just something that God designed me to do and be and all of that. So this one really spoke to me. If you're always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. So I am on my extra amazing journey to be me.
Ooh, did we highlight this one from Irma? Isn't this the
Hmm.
famous one from Irma? Okay, I'm sorry if you did, but I
Hmm.
love that quote from Maya Angelou.
Me
Can I
too.
tell you guys that I breathed the same air as Maya Angelou at an Urban League conference? I forget which conference that was. I think it was 2010, and it was a conference where uh, Common was interviewing, National Urban League conference, and Common was interviewing her. And I remember that conference, and I had a bad camera, but even though I got that picture of Maya on the screen, it was pretty dope to be in the same room and to hear her speak and to see her on stage with Common. It was just a really beautiful experience. And I'm able to say that now in 2023. Like, I didn't realize how
Yeah.
big of an experience it was then. It's just, that's my Angelou. It was
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
The history that we found ourselves in the midst of. And I'm just
Mhm.
hoping, that we captured it, because sheesh. So Irma said that was a tough lesson. Oh, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. That's the end of it. The first time.
That's so
And I think that's a lesson many of us exactly are still on that journey to understanding and honoring and believing. So thank you, Irma, for that quote as well. So want to make sure as we get ready to close out that you all know how to find us, that you all are connected to us, so that you have gone to our website, beautifulbrowngirls.com, where you can find out more information about our foundation. You can find
yeah.
out more
Yeah, we're
information
coming.
about all of the different things that we're doing, our in-person chapters, our different events that we have, even more about our team. You can also sign up for our email list there. We also invite you to join us on Facebook at Beautiful Brown Girls, and join our Facebook group, Beautifully Shaded. You can follow us on Instagram at Beautifully Shaded and on Twitter at Beautiful Brown U. We also have a VIP members network, where we have deeper connections there in our VIP members network. We have bloggers, we have fitness groups, we have accountability groups, we have a book club, we have so many different opportunities for classes and just opportunities to connect with women on a deeper level outside of all the algorithms that are trying to hold a brown girl down. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something, shadow banning and all that stuff is so real, and I've seen it happening. Like,
Yes.
especially if you talk about things that are important to Black people, trust and believe that algorithm is going going to make you pay for it. So this is our place where we can talk freely about the things that are important to us. So if you would like to join us in our VIP members network, the website is tinyurl.com/brownversations, and that will allow you to connect with us there. I also want to remind you all that we are here every other Monday here on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Both of those, again, are Beautiful Brown Girls. So you can join us every other Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern for the shenanigans and for some information about what's happening out here in this world regarding brown girls and the people that we care about.
Absolutely. All right. Well, you can connect with me if you decide to. For you, Ivory, you, Dallas, if she's still here. But you can go to sabjackson.com. I mentioned her because she's still in Dallas. But you can go to sabjackson.com to connect and learn about Sab and Honey Pine Property Partners, which is my real estate LLC. Connect with me there. All of my social platforms are there. If you want to connect on LinkedIn, let's do it. If you want to connect on Facebook, I'm talking so fast. Let's do it. So as one of your co-hosts, you can connect with me there. I'd love the opportunity to connect with you and get to know you, albeit virtually there. What about you, Kimberland? Where can people connect with you?
And you all can find me at KimberlandJackson.com, as well as at Minding My Black Ass Business. So mindingmybblackassbusiness.com and Minding My Black Ass Business on all platforms, YouTube, Patreon, Instagram. If you are in the market of thinking about needing a life coach or wanting to be a life coach, please do reach out as I'm preparing for the application window for my next cohort of people that I will be certifying to be life coaches. So if that's something that speaks to your spirit, please do holla at me. All right. So other than that, y'all, we just always want to thank you all for taking time out of your evening to hang out with us. We do not take it lightly. Again, we will be back here the Monday after next for the next episode of Brown Versations. Next Wednesday, we'll be back with another episode of Brown Girl Boss. Again, if you're looking for love, wanting to know how to hold on to love, wanting to accept love, you need to be there because Coach Cass is the business. Okay. But other than that, we will see you all out here. The Brown Conversation doesn't stop here. You can continue commenting, continue liking, continue sharing. I'm certain that we shared something tonight that somebody needs to know about. All right. So on that note, we will see y'all Monday after next. Bye.